But I think we fail to realize that there's some very deep-seated poverty issues in America that we need to deal with. We had to move due to emergencies. We had to move all of our food out of the masjid and hard at a warehouse. So he's like, "Hey, look, you got a shelf at the warehouse, and we'll just put it there." And then for a long time, what we would do is we would go to his warehouse, and it became like a monthly ritual for us. We would go, him and I would go to a grocery store, and we would take like 2 or 3 shopping carts, and we would just fill them up with stuff. A lot of the time, we were just paying that stuff out of our pockets, and we would take it back to his warehouse. We would get some volunteers to come, and we would fill up like 30 bags, drive it back to the masjid, give them out to the people. We did that for several months. I think at that point we were like, look, we can do more. And I think that's where we had that conversation. We can do more than this.
In terms of providing social services, I think we really wanted to say there's nothing out there institutionally that's addressing the social services of not only the Muslim community but the broader community. And we said, how do we really engage in that space, and how do we navigate and create something that is an institution in and of itself. And so I think from there we had a lot of conversations. It took a lot of back and forth, and eventually what came out of it was 3 of us that said, look, we're determined to start this, and we're determined to establish something. And it then became a point of, where would we establish that? We get 30 new phone calls at this point a week, or 30 new cases are being referred out to Smile. And the way that we are able to help them is through our zakat disbursement process. And with this being a pillar of our religion, the one thing that we have seen is that the instrument or the institution of zakat has not been established. And when you talk to the scholars, one of the fundamental aspects of zakat is actually a fard kifaya. It's a communal obligation to set up the disbursement mechanism to ensure that your community members have access to something that is rightfully theirs.
Working with zakat, that we don't just give money out to people. We make sure that the money that is given is going to help enable these people to become self-sufficient, and that's really the goal.
There was a need for more structure and kind of a better presence for Muslims in the nonprofit sector. And so I was really intrigued by the idea of Muslims helping each other, but also Muslims helping other people as well, and kind of doing the greater good.
We do a lot of community iftars in Ramadan, and one of the special things that we try and do here is actually host a Tarawih every night. So we get local hafaz from the community, and we arrange a really nice, serene space for people to come and pray and to reconnect. And we try and bring visiting scholars and people from the community to come and speak during those Tarawih prayers, and really help us reconnect with our intentions as to why we got involved with this work in the first place.
The reason why I joined Smile is because I didn't really realize the need for an organization like Smile until I started seeing the work that they were doing. The community that they're impacting is not necessarily people that I realized existed within the Muslim community. Coming from the privileged backgrounds that you do, or that we do, you're not necessarily seeing people who don't know where their next meal is coming from.
One of my favorite programs offered here at Smile is the Diaper Bank. I took on the role about a month ago, and what it is it provides baby items and essentials that aren't covered by any government programs, and that we've noticed a lot of families are in desperate need for it. The money we do have, we use it towards food. So these parents are put in a position where they have to choose between either buying food for the house or buying diapers for their baby. And no parent should ever have to be put in that situation. And that is why we have our diaper bank here.
We are not here to just connect people to jobs, we are here to build jobs. We are not just here to connect people to monetary access, we are here to teach them how to bring their own capital to their own lives. We're not here to just, connect somebody to a 9-to-5 lifestyle. We are here to teach them how to become entrepreneurs, how to really take the American dream and make it theirs.
We've done a significant amount of work in the 5 years that we've been around, but yet a lot of work is still there. There is still poverty, there's still a lot of things that need to be addressed. So until we have made that kind of impact, there's nothing for us to really pat ourselves on the back about.
And I think the sentiment was that as a community, as individuals, as people that care about our neighbors, that there's so much more that we can do if we collectively put our skills, talents, and resources together to impact social change.
The vision that Smile had for the organization is one that I felt really drawn to, and that was to have a goal of making sure that an organization like Smile doesn't need to exist like 10 years from now.
This is what it's all about. This is why we're here. We're here to not just help these families, but to help them stay on the right track and be able to maintain, living on their own.
For me, I look at the work that is happening at Smile, where the goal is to make the person whole again, to make the family unit whole again, to make family structures healthy and vibrant so that they can stand on their own 2 feet. That's the hope that I'm hoping that we can inspire across many communities and not just the work that we're doing here.
An idea, and you need an organizational backing to articulate your idea, and it's something that we think will serve the mission and objective of Smile, then we want to come here. We want you to work within the confines of Smile, and we want to be part of that. We want to bring out the best in everybody. We're not interested in competing with people. We're not interested in tearing people down. What we're interested in is bringing the best out of people that come here and doing our job, putting our heads down, doing the job, and getting the job done as good as we can. And hopefully we can affect some change in the future.